Hi children, in this module we will be learning about prepositions. Now, let's begin with what is a preposition? Well, a preposition is a word used to join nouns, pronouns to other parts of the sentence. For example, I will read in the library. Please note that in this sentence, it can be seen that in is a preposition that joins the noun, the library, with the rest of the sentence. Prepositions can be classified into three different groups. The first one, preposition of time. The second one, preposition of place. And the third one is other types of preposition. Let's begin with preposition of time. The first one being on. We use on for days and dates. For example, the market remains closed on Mondays. The result will be declared on the 25th of December. She will reach on Tuesday morning. The second one, in. Use in for months, seasons, years or decades or centuries. For example, in April, in summer, in 2016, in the 70s, in the 20th century, in the evening. Third, at. We use at for showing an exact or a particular time of the day or night or a place. For example, at 7 p.m., at night, at lunchtime. Thing to be noted is we do not use on, in, at before, next, last, this, every and tomorrow. For example, next week, last year, this month, every day. Now you need to remember next, last, this and every are in itself an exact. Moving to the fourth one, since. It is used from a particular time in the past until or up till now. For example, he has never topped in the class since 2014. Going on to the fifth one, for. We use for to show the span of time or duration. For example, this Sunday afternoon I slept for 4 hours after lunch. Going on to the sixth one, ago. We use ago to show past time. For example, I used to study here 20 years ago. Now the next one, before. We use before to show any time before now. For example, you must get up before sunrise. Next one would be after. Now, we use after to show an action happening at a later time. For example, she will be home after 9 p.m. Moving on to the ninth one, till or until. We use till or until to show up to a certain point of time, that is that time. For example, he will finish his job till noon. The 10th one is by. We use by to show at or before a given time. For example, the exams will be over by Friday. So I hope that the usage is clear for the preposition of time. Now, let's move on to preposition of place. The first one in this is in. We use in to show inside or an enclosed space. For example, I eat food in the dining room. She lives in Mumbai. The students are in the bus. Now the second one is at. We use at if something is at a point or a particular place. For example, we will meet at the party. She was standing at the door. I saw her at the bus stop. The third one is on. We use on for a surface. For example, that picture is hanging on the wall. Your mobile is on the table. The fourth one would be between. Now, we use between to show space that separates two places. people or objects. For example, the river is between the old city and the new city. Now the next one is among. It means surrounded by other things. For example, the teacher was standing among a group of students. Going on to the next one, behind. Now, we use behind to show at the back of. For example, my house is behind the petrol pump. Same way, in front of is the next one. We use it to show a position at the front part of someone or something else. For example, the bank is in front of the mosque. Moving on to the eighth one, under. Now, we use under to show at a lower level or directly below. For example, he is wearing a sweater under his shirt. So the next one we talk about is below. We use below to show at a lower layer than. For example, he has a scar below his nose. The 10th one would be above. Now we use above to show higher than something but not directly over it. For example, the water purifier hangs above the wash basin. Going on to the 11th one, over. Now, we use over to show higher than something else in such a way that one thing covers the other. For example, the cat jumped over the gate. Now, the 12th one, near, next to, beside or by, shows not far off in distance. For example, his house is next to or beside the temple. The 13th one we are discussing is beneath or underneath. It shows situated directly below. For example, the cricket bat is lying beneath the bed or underneath the bed. I hope this is understood as well, the preposition of place. Now we shall talk about and learn prepositions of direction and movement. The first one is to or towards. Now use to indicate movement with the aim of a specific destination, can be a place or an event. For example, he is going to Mumbai this Sunday. She is going to the party tonight. We use towards to indicate movement in a particular direction. For example, Virat Kohli hit the ball towards the boundary line. The next one is through or into. We use through to show movement across an enclosed space from one side to the other. For example, in the mountainous regions, a train passes through many tunnels. We use into to show movement from outside to inside. For example, the teacher came into the classroom. Let's go to the third one, across and along. We use across to show movement from one side of the surface to the other. For example, Aditi swam across the Narmada river. We use along to show movement following a line. For example, he ran along the road. This is all we need to know about prepositions. Go back, do some exercises, practice it, and you'll get a hang of it. Thank you for watching. Let's summarize now. A preposition is a word used to join nouns, pronouns to other parts of the sentence. Prepositions can be classified into three different groups: preposition of time, preposition of place, and other types of prepositions. It is really quite difficult to learn how to use prepositions, but with practice, anyone can master its usage. To watch the next video, please attempt the following questions.